G'day, my name's Neen James, and as an attention expert, I'm always looking for people that truly pay attention to their clients. One of my most favorite major retailers that I go to, I was fortunate to be introduced to the wonderful Tifphanie. So Tiff, as we call her affectionately, has joined me today to share her wisdom when it comes to attention. But let me tell you just a little bit about Tiff. Tiff, I don't know, but I think we've been working together for at least 7 or 8 years. And we were introduced together by the fabulous Megan Christel, who owns the Well Dressed Life, Christel Closets. And Meg already is a phenomenal stylist, but she also knows when to go and consult the help of people who are in retail. Tiff has been her go-to girl for as long as I can remember. She's not only a personal stylist for a very major retail organization that we all know is famous for their service, but she has been featured in the Well Dressed Life blog by Megan Christel. She also has 5 kids. You're not going to believe it. She has a husband who travels for work, and she is truly what I think one of the best examples of how to pay attention to the clients she has. Tiff, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Neen.
So what does it mean to you when I say we need to pay attention? What does attention mean to you, Tiff?
For me, attention means focusing. It means not just listening to what someone says, but it means I'm paying attention to how they say it, how they describe it, their body language. I'm really zooming in on everything from the words to their emotions that are delivering those words. So I'm basically reading between the lines. So when I listen to someone in a consultation for a stylist appointment, I'm not just listening to the details of their size and their height, but I'm kind of imagining who they are, and it gives me an idea of their presence.
So it's interesting to me because you find yourself in situations where people could not be more vulnerable. They are standing in their underwear in the dressing room with you, right? So everything is on show, warts and all. And we tend to use our clothes sometimes to hide behind things, but we also use them to show the world what we think, right? So the clothes we wear are also an attention strategy, whether we're trying to blend in or stand out. What I love about what you're saying, though, is the reading between the lines. You talked about the emotional piece of listening as well. How do you tap into that? Because you're so good at it. And you are, no matter when I see you, no matter what time of day or night, you are always positive, always upbeat. So how do you tap into that emotion from an attention point of view?
Well, when I'm speaking or having a conversation with a client, I really, really try to find what excites them, what they feel good about. I'll even tell them when we're in a fitting room and they say, "Oh, I hate my arms, oh, my stomach." I remind them that we all have our flaws. And I'll say something funny like, "Look, I can touch my knees just standing straight." So imagine me getting into a quote. So we all have our vulnerabilities, but it's very, very important to connect and to be able to relate, which is how I really, really make them feel good and we can move forward. Because now when someone's comfortable, they're definitely, definitely going to be more excited about what they're doing and moving forward with you. So it's really important, again, that attention that you give them, because you never know exactly why they're there. Is it the clothing? Is it how they feel? So I really want to just grab all of that. I love what I do. I love the people that I meet. I can imagine sitting behind a desk. So I think the fact that I love what I do every day really is already, a foot in the door to our connection and to me really wanting to tap into, their emotions and help them.
Yeah, that makes sense. And, just to give you some ideas of things that I know Tiff does to pay attention to her clients, no matter when I'm there, she's organized the dressing room. She's got bottles of water there. She knows my coffee order. She's got it all worked out. Not only does she line up the clothes, just that she thinks I might like, so she pulls from the stock. She also finds all the shoes she thinks I might like, which is always very dangerous, but that is just a sign of who you are. Remember, I came in looking for a scarf and you gave me some alternatives. I was like, I don't know if I like that. And you were like, just put it on. And, you'd be probably not surprised to learn I've worn that scarf all winter. So it's amazing that you know also how to go that extra step. So attention is not just being paid and listening in the moment. You're also a couple of steps ahead of your clients quite a bit as well, making sure that you look after their whole person with their coffee and their water and their clothing and ultimately their confidence and their self-esteem. Can you tell me, in your work, what is the most important thing you need to pay attention to?
For me, the most important thing I need to pay attention to is someone. I don't know if it'll make sense, but almost their personality,
Tell me
not
more
their
about
words.
that. Yeah, what do you mean?
I want to pay attention to, again, what makes them smile. I pay attention to the faces they make. So even if it's a first meeting with a client and they don't love an outfit, just by the way they put it on, how comfortable they feel, I know how to run with that. I know subliminal faces, which means no way, even if they're trying to be nice and make it seem as though they don't want to hurt my feelings, but they don't like it. I want to preserve everyone's time. I want to be productive. So I have to take into account, how they show their feelings and emotions while together.
That makes sense. The other thing I've noticed about you is if we're in the dressing room together and there's a piece I like, but it's not available on the floor, you will go into the system and you'll bring back to the dressing room. You'll say, here's this size, but these two sizes are available. I can have them shipped. Or you say, try this on. Let's just work out if it, works for you. And then we'll get the alternative shipped. And so what's fascinating is you're thinking about not just what the person needs in the moment, but you're finding alternatives for them. So before I can fall in love, if it's not my size, you'll say, hey, if you like it, I'll have it shipped. So I think for you, it's beyond just being in that moment, which is what I think paying attention is. It's about attentiveness, meaning it's a continual thing that you do. Not only that, what I notice is one of the ways you look after your clients is you regularly send us emails if you think there's a style of something that we like. So you'll say, hey, this is a great thing for winter, or these shoes will be perfect for spring. And so I love that you're proactively always paying attention, but it's that attentiveness to your client set. What I also love about you is your whole book of business has been built on referral. You don't advertise. You don't blog. You don't do anything that other stylists do. And yet you are, the only way you can get in to see Tiff literally is by appointment. She gets to set her own hours. She gets to work with the people she likes. And I've referred so many clients, whether they were just even new students starting out who need like their work wardrobe, through to people who've been in their career forever. So Tiff, tell me a little bit about where you maybe in your career have had to refocus your attention, and as a result, you something specific changed, whether it was your bottom line or your client. So tell me about an example of that.
I want to say I had to refocus my attention maybe within the first year of being a stylist. I'd already been with the company for 5 years prior. So becoming a stylist, I thought it would be easy and effortless just to do what I normally do, meet people, and just go out on a whim and pretty much succeed. It didn't work. I remember I got a call from a client, and she was a referral. She called me within that first year and said, I heard about you there, and I heard you were nice. And I said, yes, I am. And she said, well, I don't want nice. I want good. And I wasn't insulted. It was the fact that I knew at that moment that I had to find my specialty. I had to develop what my, personal stylist point was, so to say, and I realized that what I'm good at is remembering things. I would always get customers that walk in and say, how do you remember my name? How do you remember my face? So at that moment, I knew I was running with the the attentiveness that I give to be my very special, almost like my power.
That's
I
good.
remember everything from what you got, from when you're adding on your kids, their names, their birthdays.
You do.
So again, at that moment, I just knew that that was going to be my specialty piece to really service everyone. So I zoomed into it, I tapped into it, and I made sure that I don't even do email consultations anymore. It has to be via phone. I have to hear you. I really want you to take the time out of your day, and if you give me 5 minutes, I will be your stylist for as long as you want. But it was just funny that that moment I knew, like, being nice just wouldn't wing it. And she really opened my eyes, so that now when I meet people, just our phone conversations, you would think we were girlfriends having lunch, because
True.
they can randomly book me and speak with me. And when they come in, it's like, how do you do this? How I love this. I love this. I saw this in the catalog. This is in my wish list. It's like I really just
Yeah.
paid attention and listened to everything you said, what made you excited, and moved from there. So I think that was my eye opener
There's
10
some,
years ago.
yeah, there's some great lessons you provide, and it doesn't matter whether people are into clothes or not, whether they sell a widget, whether they sell a service. There's some key things that you mentioned today. One is not only being good at what you do and paying attention, but it's remembering all the other details. Tiff really does remember what I have in my closet, and she'll say, this will go with that you bought 2 seasons ago. So it's not just about being aware of the conversation, it's also being aware of what other things are going on for that person as well. I also believe with you, Tiff, you have some fantastic questions that you ask your clients to understand. Are we shopping for a special occasion? Is this for the change of season? And then you go a step beyond. I have the privilege of working with Tiff, and she'll send me a box of clothing. She does this for some of her special clients, and she will send them and say, pay for what you keep and send back the rest. And I think that getting to a relationship with someone like that in my life is really beneficial, because I travel. And so the luxury of going to store is not always as easy. As much as I would love to spend more time with Tiff, it's not always easy. Another thing that she does is, if I'm in the area, I'll text her and say, are you in store, so that I can then go and see you. And you have been great. You have stayed late. You have come in early, and I appreciate that level of attention. Is there any other tips you would have for people who are watching this when it comes to truly paying attention to their clients, their customers, their members, their patients?
I would say you have to really know what you're doing in your field. It has to be your specialty, because paying attention will make the connection, but people really rely on you to do the rest. It just flows so much easier. So attention is the very first step to building, but just being excited and really being able to draw a smile out of someone, it makes the connection, it makes the business, it makes me money. So I just want to enjoy it. Like it's shopping. I don't want it to be too serious, because we're going to get the job done no matter what. It will be productive. So
Right.
I
I
just
love
want
it.
everyone to relax and let's just talk.
I love it. If you want to get in contact with Tiff, you can reach out to me. I'd be delighted to make that connection for you. Tiff, I have loved spending time with you this morning. Thank you for investing a few minutes to be able to accelerate the attention of the people that we serve. I think attention is all about connection. So thank you so much for serving us. And I am excited to see how your journey unfolds and send you even more clients, because you make them so happy. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Neen. It was an honor. Thank you so much.